reissued former President Obama's euphemisms. We sincerely hope he will have the moral conviction to properly commemorate the Armenian genocide this year, following the will of the U.S. Congress. Genocide unpunished leads to genocide repeated. An unrepentant Turkey has aided ISIS and Al-Qaeda forces in destabilizing Syria and laying waste to its historic communities. Atrocities and desecrations abound, and yet there is no moral outrage or call to action from the world's superpowers, only the usual geopolitical tug-of-war in the Middle East. It seems Turkey is now preparing for its next round of genocide against its Kurdish minority population and neighbors. The NCA worked with Congressional Caucus co-chair David Trott of Michigan to introduce a bipartisan anti-genocide resolution, HRS 220, last year on March 22nd. The resolution stresses that proper commemoration and consistent condemnation of the Armenian genocide will strengthen our international standing in preventing modern-day genocides, as well as war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide against Christians, Yazidis, Muslims, Kurds, and other vulnerable religious and ethnic groups in the Middle East. Congressman Trott is retiring at the end of this year, and he has already told House leadership that the most important item on his remaining agenda is one ask of the congressional leadership is to pass House Resolution 220 to properly commemorate the Armenian genocide. This resolution currently has 115 co-sponsors. The actions of Turkey and its closest ally, Azerbaijan, continue to threaten Armenia's safety today. Since 1994, Turkey and Azerbaijan have maintained a crippling blockade on Armenia's western and eastern borders, respectively. Yet there is no international condemnation of this act either. In addition, Azerbaijan's President Aliyev continues his warmongering ways with repeated ceasefire violations along the line of contact. Sadly, our U.S. government refuses to place proper blame on these attacks, choosing to not single out the aggressor, Azerbaijan. The only true long-term resolution of the conflict will be a negotiated settlement where the Republic of Artsakh has full representation at the negotiating table. To this end, it was a welcome sight to have Artsakh President Bako Sahakyan in Washington, D.C. last month, meeting with congressional leaders. We also thank Congressman Frank Pallone for introducing HRS 697, encouraging travel and communication with Artsakh by the U.S. government. In our Capitol Hill meetings this week, we consistently asked for continued U.S. foreign aid to Artsakh, to complete the demining work being carried out by Halo Trust, and to support the Baroness Caroline Cox Rehabilitation Center. This center provides high-quality, specialized medical care to patients with spinal cord injuries, elderly stroke victims, and infants and children born with disabilities. The Rehabilitation Center was established by Lady Cox and is the only rehabilitation center in the region in Artsakh. As you can see, we have a lot of work ahead of us. Our foes are numerous and well-funded. We have been fighting an uphill battle for 103 years, but we will continue to persevere for our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents. We will not let the memory of our holy martyrs be tarnished. We will continue to fight for justice for the Armenian nation. We will continue to press for recognition of the Armenian genocide, the return of our historic lands to make Armenia whole and sustainable again, and for reparations for the crime committed against our people. We will not rest until we have a universally recognized Republic of Artsakh that is able to stand alongside Armenia, free from threat of Azeri aggression. To this end, we need each of you to get involved. Commemorations are an important part of our work, but the real work takes place the other 364 days of the year. Each and every one of you needs to serve as a voice of morality, as a voice for justice, and as an advocate for the Armenian cause. This Tuesday, on April 24th at 10 a.m., the Armenian National Committees of New York and New Jersey will be organizing a March for Justice. There will be a Badarak at St. Illuminator's Church at 10 a.m., followed by a march and demonstration to the Turkish consulate at 12 noon. I look forward to working with all of you and standing alongside each of you as we continue our vital work. Thank you.
of you who have been attending this event at Times Square year after year will definitely recognize our next speaker. For the past 3 decades, New York's senior Senator Chuck Schumer has been a leader on national issues and a tireless advocate for New Yorkers. From protecting Social Security and Medicare to encouraging job-creating infrastructure projects, Senator Schumer protects the middle class and those working to reach it. Senator Schumer, who was a long-time friend of one of the co-founders of this event, Mr. Sam Azadian, and indeed of the entire Armenian American community, throughout his career in public service in the New York Assembly, as a member of Congress, and as our United States Senator, and now serves as Minority Leader. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce Senator Charles Schumerian.
Thank you. And it is an honor once more for me to be here, an honor and a privilege to be with you. I extend my greetings to all of you. I would like to take a moment first to remember the victims of the Armenian genocide and their descendants. So many in this audience have parents, grandparents, great aunts or uncles, relatives of all kinds who were slaughtered during the shameful crime against humanity. If you had a relative who died in the genocide, raise your hands. Let the Turks see that. Let the American government see that. These are the people who know and tell the truth. Now every year, I have joined you on this solemn day because I believe from the bottom of my heart that it's our sacred duty to honor the victims of the Armenian genocide by pushing for more widespread recognition of the horrors they suffered. Today and every day, I stand with you. Okay, I heard you, but I'm going to get up to him in a minute. Today and every day, I stand with you in labeling this atrocity committed on the Armenian people for what it is, genocide. That's why I'm a supporter of Senator Menendez's bill, the Armenian Genocide Resolution. As long as there is air in my lungs, I will continue to support ensuring our foreign policy appropriately reflects the nature of the genocide. And you know what, folks? The size of this crowd, your energy and your spirit show that the deniers of the Armenian genocide will never be able to kill the truth. And the tide is shifting. Just a few months ago, 2 of President Obama's top foreign policy advisors apologized because they didn't recognize the mass slaughter of Armenians as genocide. It is time for this White House to learn from their mistakes. It is time for President Trump to publicly and officially acknowledge the Armenian genocide. As every good Democrat, good Republican, and good independent should do. It's the American thing to do.
Hear, hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, we stand here on the shoulders of so many leaders of the Armenian American community, whose tireless efforts have kept the flame of remembrance alive. When I first was elected, I became friends with Sam Azadian. Sam taught me about Armenia, its people, its culture, its heritage. He introduced me to the history in great detail of the genocide.